Whew. I think this is the better and the best description of my experience at the cinema watching this movie, Ghetto Love. And anyways, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we discuss movie reviews and all the neat and gritty going on in the industry. And today is not going to be an exception as we'll be reviewing the movie Ghetto Love by Basket Mount and directed by Daniel Oriayi. So let's get right into it. Ghetto Love is a romantic drama that revolves around the lives of childhood friends Obina and Stella, exploring love, survival, and the complex realities of life in a Boston low-income Nigerian neighborhood, otherwise known as ghetto. With a mix of comedy and raw emotions, the film captures the resilience and beauty of love amidst harsh circumstances. First and foremost, I think I need to give it to Basket Mount for taking it a notch higher by producing his first movie. It is not an easy task if you ask me, and given from the fact that it's said it's a true event and he's trying to bring back the old Nollywood. I wouldn't say he did, and I would not say he did not. Given from perspective and different perspective, I've seen a lot of reviews of this movie online, a positive review and few negative, but I'm worried about the positive review if I'm to be honest, because I think in most of my case, or in my opinion, I wouldn't agree with most of the positive review. I would rather consider them as paid positive review. It might not be so, but in my own opinion, I think it is rather a paid positive review. But nevertheless, I'm gonna say my piece, and that is it. It is my opinion. So this movie is not a bad one, as he said he was trying to bring back the old Nollywood. And from the very first thing that I noticed about this movie is the old soap opera. It was giving me this old soap opera feeling, the kind of this life, the kind of super story, the kind of feel that those old soaps would give me. And at a point, I like the first two scenes, I was enjoying it, and in the other 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes, I was really lost. I was extremely tired of it. I wanted to see the beauty of the old movie, which was lost as much as he was trying to keep it simple as the old Nollywood. I feel it lost the touch of the professionalism and the better acting of the old Nollywood, as he said, which I would rather consider as not necessary, because we are evolving. The society is evolving, Nollywood at large is evolving, and the viewers, the consumers of you people's projects, you people's work are evolving too, and we want to see more. We are not condemning, and I think, let me speak in favor of every of the viewers. We are not condemning, and it is not like we don't like the old Nollywood, as everybody will call it, but I feel there is more to do it than rather taking us back. We miss the old Nollywood. That is fine. That is quite all right. But in the actual sense, we need to see more. We need to see involvement. We need to see more than the script, more than the simple storytelling. We need to see more. We need to see action. We need to see more cinematography. We need to see more exploration of what we've not seen in the industry at large. I think for the scripting is a basic story, is a good basic story, like the old Nollywood, keep tilting towards the didactic aspect, the morals. They do not be a bad child, do not do what is not right, do not go against the will of your parents. And I think it's not a bad one, but I feel like as much as it is a true event, we cannot do so much about the script, but there's still a lot that can be done. As much as the movie is a representation, it's a script, it's to be acted. It is, if I'm not mistaken, they have liberation to tweak it a bit and to make it more fun. And I want to speak in favor of this, of the producer and of the crew of this film, of the person behind this film, that this person outrightly scripted and they acted what was in the actual event of this movie. But nevertheless, I feel it could be better if there was a lot of tweaking, because this is a movie, and as much as they want to keep it simple and want to keep it original, they need to make it more fun. I think it lacked a lot of fun and fair in the script. It was too straightforward, and at the point I was like, I was like I was watching YouTube movie, and basically no insult actually. I was as if I was watching basic YouTube story, and I was like, it is not worth my money, and that's to be very fair. What I like about this movie is also the basicness of this movie, if there's any English like that, the basicness of this movie, and the way it was simple. As much as I like it that it was simple, I feel like it could still be better. It's a simple story that could be done in a better way. Speaking of casting, I think the casting is one of the most annoying and the most offending part of this movie, because I totally, if I would rate the casting of this movie, I would rate it 10 out of 100, because none of the casting of this movie was genuine and was fit for it. Is it akah Nnani who was trying to act like a ghetto boy, was trying to act like an Igbo boy who is in the streets, and I was throughout the movie I was like, I couldn't fathom, and I couldn't see any iota of street boy or Beverly that has always been seen as the tush girl, and still brought her tushness to the ghetto. It was meant to be a ghetto film, for God's sake. Kids who were raised in the ghetto should have some behaviors of the ghetto, if at all they were raised by God-fearing parents, but still should have the aura of ghetto, which I didn't see in any of the cast of this movie, given from okpotcha, from the landlord, from every other persons in this movie. Even it is even more offending when I saw Wale Ojo acting as Igbo, when he was trying to fake the Igbo accent and his Yoruba original accent is still showing. And I was like, Jesus Christ, who did this casting? I'm forced to say that my heart is broken, that because as much as the producer of this movie are trying to do the simple basic story, they failed in the casting aspect, and I must be very blunt about that. They failed in the casting aspect. Is it the part where they are trying to represent or trying to portray akah Nnani and Beverly Osu as a school certificate holder? And I was like, are you for real? Are we kids? These actors are not unknown actors. They are known actors. We know how old they are, and we know how far they've gone, and not being portrayed as just leaving secondary school student. For God's sake, it is not okay. It is not head off. And I had a lot of stuff offending in this movie. I have problem with the casting, I have problem with the scripting, I have problem with the development, I have problem with continuity. It was as if I was watching some soap, for real, because there was no music to set the tone. There was no high, there was no low. Everything was just going like that. And I was like, I feel, in my own opinion, Bright Okpotcha should have hired better hands to get this job done. That is my own opinion. It is not a failed project. It is not a failed project because there are a lot of positive reviews on it. But in my own opinion, it's a failure for me. And I must be very sincere. Must really, really be sincere. And what was that last part? I really need to understand why the movie ended the way it ended. Because number one, you did what you did for love. And there is no place of karma. There's no place of, in the first instance, why would a well-reasoning person dump a dead body in a soak away that they know they will still find out, and they had to leave the town? And it still does not just sum up for me. And I must be very sincere. I'm really disappointed by this project. I'm extremely disappointed by this project. I expected more. Given from the fact that Basketball is an excellent comedian. He's an excellent person. I've seen a couple of his work, I've seen a couple of his shows, and he's an excellent person. He does not take less, but I would consider this project as less. All the same, would I recommend this movie? Yes, I would recommend it to watch. It's a good one. It's an enjoyable one. I like the twist to an extent, but not completely what I expected. So what would I rate this movie? Out of 10, I would rate this movie 4 over 10. And that is my piece. That is my opinion. This movie is a good one. As I've said earlier, this is my opinion, and I stand to be corrected. So that's it on Ghetto Love. So I hope you enjoyed my review. Make sure you like, share, comment, and click on the subscribe button so you get updated whenever I drop new content. So that is it, and see you in the next video.